Welcome back, everyone. Now, our next guest promises to add a little bit of magic into your lives. You've probably seen him on television. He's been on tour. He's been on Broadway. This guy has done it all, and he's here to talk to us a little bit about his journey and all things magic. So I'm very thrilled to be talking to Adam Trent today. Adam, I'm just waiting for you to magically teleport into the studio. How are you?
Yeah, absolutely. That would be a good trick. I'm working on that one still.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you. Thank you for joining us. I know you've kind of been all over the place. You've been touring, you've been busy, but we're getting the chance to talk to you a little bit about. And I want to start off, Adam, by hearing just kind of a little bit about your journey, how you first got into magic, and why or how did you decide to pursue it professionally as a career?
Yeah, so I grew up in Boulder, Colorado, actually, and I was just always seeing entertainment around Boulder. Colorado is such an amazing spot for entertainment, and especially unique types of entertainment. So I saw a magician when I was about 8 years old, and it was the first show that I remember everyone in my family enjoying simultaneously. Before that, musicals, the kids would be bored, or comedians, it would alienate someone in the family. Whereas magic, I remember it was my sisters, my parents, and my grandma. We were all sitting there, and everyone was just gasping with disbelief. Everyone was entertained by this. And I remember watching that thinking, like, I think whatever's happening here, that's what I'm going to do. So I got a book on magic that same year, started doing small shows around Colorado,
Wow.
little birthday party shows, things like that. And then when I was 18 years old, I left for Los Angeles, moved to Los Angeles. And that's where I kind of began my official career in entertainment. So I started performing on cruise ships. I went all around the world doing that for several years. And then in 2014, I joined a show called The Illusionists, which
Yes.
became a Broadway show. It
Yes.
actually became the biggest selling Broadway show in Broadway history.
Wow.
And I was the star of that for 3 years. And then from there, I got a TV show on Netflix, went around, started touring on my own. A couple of years ago, I had a TV show on ABC called The Magic Maker. So everything just kind of ballooned up from there, and everything went crazy. And now I've kind of taken the last 20 years of performing around the world. I'm taking my best material, and I'm coming to Beaver Creek July 6th with kind of a best of hometown Colorado tour.
Absolutely. And I love that you mentioned kind of this journey from, being a Colorado native and then being on all of these shows and being on tour. How was that process like for you? I know you started performing early on Pearl Street and brought in Boulder, and then now to all of this that you've accomplished. Kind of looking back at that, how does that feel for you?
It's really such an amazing thing. Like people always ask, like, did I think this was going to happen? And actually, I did. When I was younger, I really did just want to be touring theaters. I wanted to be
Yeah.
able to bring magic all around the country and kind of perform for people from all different ages and backgrounds. And that's kind of what my specialty has been. There's something about there's a big difference between doing magic on television and doing magic live in a theater. When you do magic on television, people always assume that there must be some sort of a camera trick. Maybe these are stooges, but there's nothing quite like coming to a place like the Valar Center, where you can sit there and you go, okay, well, I know it's not a camera trick because I'm seeing this happen live. I know these aren't stooges because that's my dad on stage right now.
Yeah.
So it really is a unique experience to see magic live in a theater, and that's what I'm really excited about, bringing it back to Colorado. And the Valar Center, I've actually been to. I think this will be my third time at the Valar Center,
Awesome.
and it's one of the coolest theaters, in my opinion, in the whole country, because it's so intimate. There's not a bad seat in the house, and so it's the perfect venue for a show like magic, where everyone in there can see really clearly what's happening.
Yeah, absolutely. And Adam, you've been kind of on tour for the last few months. You've been across the U.S., around Colorado, and you're kind of wrapping up your tour. How has this tour been for you? Like, what are some of the highlights, or just talk to us a little bit about this tour process?
Yeah, it's really been amazing. One of the things that I've been doing that's unique to this tour is I've been doing so much new magic
Okay.
in this that I've never done before. So there's actually pieces of magic that'll happen on July 6th in Beaver Creek, where every single person who comes to the show is going to have magic happen in their hands. We're actually
Wow.
handing out little magical objects to people in the audience, where the entire audience will simultaneously follow along and do magic. And then, I don't want to give away too much, but
Yes.
basically there'll be moments where people in the audience will close their hands over an object. They'll open their hands, and magic will have happened directly in their own hands, whether you're sitting in the front row or the very last row. every single person is going to get involved in the show in several different ways. So adding new things like that to this tour has been really, really special. And, anytime just coming back to Colorado is really cool. There's something about doing shows in New York or in Las Vegas where I live now.
Yeah.
I've got a residency in Vegas at New York. And that's very fun. But there's something really fun about being able to take a show to a small town in the middle of Colorado, like Beaver Creek, and people don't have to pay hundreds of dollars for a ticket on Broadway or in Las Vegas.
Right.
They can come and see it in a small little theater. So that's really been, I think, what's made this tour the most fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Adam, I know your show is called The Next Generation of Magic, and you kind of touched on this a little bit, but what is The Next Generation of Magic, and why this name?
Yeah, so the reason it's called that is because we're doing lots of fresh magic that's not been seen before. A lot of people have a stereotype of magicians being like a top hat and a tuxedo, tying balloon animals. That's not what this is. We're going to be doing lots of fresh, new things that have never been seen before. So I'm using a lot of technology in the show. I take someone's phone, I put it in a blender, and then it reappears somewhere else in the audience. And then things, like I said, where, it's just, I always describe it as if people like magic, this is the show for them. But if they don't like magic, this is especially the show for them, because there's so many things that have never been seen before in magic, or in theater for that matter, where it's kind of like Magic 2.0. It's been updated, it's been refreshed, and a lot of this will be kind of a world debut happening on July 6th.
Absolutely. Well, for everyone here locally, if you want to get your mind blown, as Adam mentioned, some of the incredible things that will be happening this Saturday, July 6th, there's going to be 2 shows, right, Adam? I know you added a second show, so tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so, Beaver Creek, the crowds always come out. And also part of it is because of the nature of the Vail Center, of it just being such a small, intimate venue.
Yeah.
We had to add 2 shows. So on July 6th, we have a 3:30 matinee show in the afternoon. And then we have a 6:30 show at night, which is still kind of an early show. So really, it's a great opportunity to bring the whole family out. The show is good for ages 5 through 95. I guess if you're over 95, you can still come. But really, this is a show for all ages. Now, it's not a kids show. It's not a show where, we're going to be, like I said, tying balloon animals and doing silly things like that. It's certainly a show for adults, but kids are welcome to come. It's great for the whole family. Adults will enjoy it. Kids will enjoy it. So yeah, 2 shows, 3:30, 6:30 p.m. The shows will sell out. We've sold out every other year that we've been there. And then by the time people are talking about, oh, you should go see the show, we'll be gone, and I won't be back for several years. So yeah, hopefully people come on out July 6th. It's 4th of July weekend, so it should be a busy time up in Beaver Creek anyways. And we'll pack the place out. We'll see some magic. We'll do some comedy. It'll be a great show for the whole family.
I love that. I love that blend of like you said, new things, interaction with the crowd. I hear a little bit of comedy and just magic. I think that's always a great time for the entire family. So if you're looking for something to do this weekend, July 6th, 3:30 and 6:30 at the Vail Center. And as Adam mentioned, tickets will sell out.
Absolutely. And for people who don't get the tickets because they've all disappeared, oh, bad pun, I know. You can get tickets by going to adamtrent.com, just ADAMTRENT.com, adamtrent.com for tickets, or the Vail Center as well. And we'll see y'all out there for a very fun show July 6th.